Last week, I was sent Farever to try. Farever is an online, multiplayer action RPG set in a vast fantasy open world. I read action RPG and immediately started navigating some past trauma from playing Where Winds Meet. Action combat always sounds great in theory, but basically action combat demands the reaction speed of a hummingbird on a triple espresso bender, and I have the motor skills of a heavily sedated manatee wearing oven mitts. So seeing those words again was slightly triggering. So I ignored Farever for an entire week. But then my friend Falco released a video saying old school MMO fans should seriously take a look at it.
I like it. I personally like it. It brings back that old school feel that I really, really enjoy.
And unfortunately for me, he was right. It's really cute, you all. Other gamers have compared it to games I've never played, so I actually have nothing to draw comparison with. Visually, the game reminds me of gouache paintings. Those are opaque watercolor art with soft edges and bold color blocking. It has this hand-painted whimsy that immediately made me think of Breath of the Wild. I absolutely loved the art direction they took here. Breath of the Wild is an all-time favorite game, so visually I had an immediate attraction to the game. The game currently provides 4 classes. Warrior, which uses close quarter combat to overwhelm enemies with pure physical strength. Rogues, which uses deception and speed to dismantle enemies before they can react. Mage, which is a spellcaster that manages a spark resource to trigger enhanced magical effects and bonus power. And Priest, which is the one I selected. This is another spellcaster who channels prayers over time to unleash a variety of restorative, protective, or radiant damage effects. The character creator is simple, but it has a large variety of options. I enjoyed exploring the different features. There was a fantastic variety of skin tones and hairstyles. The stylized look of the overall character models was absolutely delightful. I don't think you could pick a bad combination here. Once you enter the world, the game gives you a quick overview of the setting. So the story explains that for thousands of years, the Nightlings and the Sunlings existed in a fragile balance. That peace was shattered when the Sunling monarch attempted to harness the spark to conquer the 9 worlds. The resulting war led to the Sunlings' defeat and a 500-year exile to the hidden realm of Antilimbo. Now the gates have reopened, and we are apparently a new generation of Sunlings, and we are permitted to return to our native world of Siagarta, and this is a new era of discovery. I'll spare you the visual whiplash that happens whenever I enter a game for the first time. So this game uses WASD controls. You know what? I am not even going to say anything about the controls. I have just decided to remap my mouse to make the WASD keys buttons on the mouse instead. And we are all going to collectively agree that Penny plays games weird and move on. But you know what? I don't have to use the WASD keys, and that makes me happy. One of the first things I noticed was a shop. The items in there for this early access launch were free, but this is an indication that there is going to be a cosmetic-only cash shop. I read that there is no pay-to-win element planned. You know what? I don't mind cosmetic shops, but I also read that there will be transmog. So a built-in system that allows players to change their gear's appearance for free using any item they have previously obtained. I'm less a fan of transmog because it's deceitful. When you transmog, you sit on a throne of lies. Hear me out. If I have a massive, glowing, epic, badass sword that was forged in the heart of a dying star, but I have transmogged it to look like a rusty kitchen knife, that's problematic. In a PvP setting, that is basically the fantasy equivalent of concealed carry. Now look, I don't actually PvP. I have never PvP'd. I have the combat instincts of a startled puppy. So I have absolutely no idea why I even care about the tactical integrity of a duel that I will never, ever participate in. And to make matters worse, I am also a person who demands to turn off my character's helm because I spent 45 minutes choosing my character's hairstyle, and I'll be damned if I'm going to hide it under a bucket made of iron. So yes, I am a hypocrite. I want visual honesty for your weapons, but I want magical invisibility for my own headgear. I am a shallow, inconsistent mess, and I am just going to have to live with that. So let's talk gameplay and content. The game is in early access, so it's not entirely fleshed out yet. Players can currently explore 2 vast regions with more planned. As mentioned, there are 4 core classes. There are also 6 specialized jobs. These are professions you can unlock by speaking with NPCs. There are also 100 or more weapon skills tied to many unique weapons. The current level cap is 20, planned to reach 50. Early gameplay focuses on the Codex, where players must kill specific monsters multiple times to master their entry. The Codex was fun. Again, it reminded me of the Hyrule Compendium, where I would snap photos of creatures and then add them to a log detailing their in-game descriptions. The Codex in Farever is a kill-themed codex. Killing the same creature multiple times logs your mastery of it. Again, the combat is action-based, which is a polite way of saying that it is a complete nightmare for me personally. Because action combat demands constant movement and manual aiming, I was accidentally aggroing every nearby mob around me. I wasn't fighting enemies so much as introducing myself to the entire ecosystem. I prefer tab target combat. I like a hard lock-on. I want the game to look at an enemy and say, "This is the guy, Penny. Don't worry, I've got him. You just press the buttons." Without that, things get messy fast. And look, aside from the controls that I fully MacGyvered onto my mouse just to function as a passable gamer, the combat was probably my least favorite part of the experience. But here's the important thing. I still liked the game anyway. That says a lot because action combat is usually enough to make me bounce off a game almost immediately. Overall, Farever really surprised me. I went into this expecting another action combat game that would completely lose me within 20 minutes, but instead I found a genuinely charming world with fantastic art direction and enough old-school MMO DNA to keep me curious. I definitely want to come back and explore the 6 professions, and you know I still need to investigate the alt situation. So if you'd like another video on Farever, let me know what you want to see next. Until next time, keep exploring. I'll see you in the next world. Oh, hello. Who are you? Oh, someone get me butter in a bib. This is the biggest crab I've ever seen. He's level 3. I'm level 3. This will be fine. Oh, this is not fine. This is bad. This is very, very bad.